Alright, so the first semifinals is upon us, and for those wondering, we are going to be casting both semis, so Lemon versus HonMonO are going to be facing here in the lower portion of the bracket. In the upper, Miyamaika is still waiting for his opponent, still waiting for either Azure, or Leah Rusher, or Nazir. And I believe they may be, getting a couple of results coming in soon. As here we go, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Babylon, we have the Taiwanese. At one point Terran, at another point he was Zerg, but now he is the Taiwanese Protoss player. Oh, I should switch that name. Sorry, switch that color. Representing Mystery Gaming, it is Lemon. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Babylon, we have as opponent, we have the South Korean Terran player residing in the land of the rising sun, in the land of Japan, representing K10. It is HonMonO. Here we go. Our first semifinals has arrived. Winner of this series, of course, moves on to the grand finals. Let's go, Poppy. Let's go. HonMonO has already done a great job so far, taking down a player of the caliber of Demi. Meanwhile, it hasn't been the easiest road from Lemon either. Lemon, in a PvP, took down Beastork 2-0. Beastork, the Kong from Hong Kong. Very impressive stuff here from Lemon already. Again, that's the crazy thing about him, is that he is such a powerful player in all three races. He has an understanding like no other. Lemon, if he wanted to, we could play random, honestly, if he really wanted to. Oh. But instead, he race picks. He race picks, and he is, of course, picking Protoss for the time being. Does go for the Probe Scout. Does confirm the double gas opener here from HonMonO, and we'll be seeing the 1-1 opener. Boy, so yeah, he does confirm the 1-1, the 1-1. Hasn't confirmed the 1-1-1 yet, though, as I believe the probe was pushed away from the main base by that Marine. So we do see that our Protoss player is a little bit in the dark. And the other important thing to take note of course, as I was a little bit distracted, just doing some administrative duties on the side. But of course, HonMonO, he is one of the cheesiest Terran players out there, and he's been playing macro against Zerg and Terran, but against Protoss, he's still cheesy. Against Protoss, he is still absolutely wild. And we can see that before us. He's going for a double gas opener into a 1-1-1, into a mine drop. And I imagine this is going to be a committed mine drop with 4 mines. And I imagine an armory behind this. We'll see. We'll keep our eyes peeled. The first adept gets across the map to try and get a bit of a scout off, and does at least confirm the lack of CC on the low ground, but for all he knows, there's a CC on the high ground. There is that armory that we were talking about. Again, a very committed mine drop opening. Do we have detection back at home? We do have a Stargate opener coming out from Lemon, so we have access to detection. We have that revelation. And here we go. 4 mines are moving out across the map. That's a lot of mines, and we can split them between both the main and the natural. You know what? We're not stopping. We're making more mines behind this, and I imagine we're going to be just scuttling them across the map. We're not stopping, Bappy. We're not stopping. Oh boy, and here we go. The mine drop has arrived. The Oracle is staying back at home. One of the mines is going to be covering that ramp, actually. Oh, and here we go. The boys are being pulled. The first mine goes off. Only a couple of probes are going to be going down. Do we have a mine pull here at the natural? Looks like we do. Oof. And we have 1 mine remaining. The revelation does kill the mines in the end. It actually hit every single one. And Lemon has dealt with this mine drop very well. Oof. The mine's being focused down. HonMonO, he's trying to escape. He's trying. Run, Papi, run. He's trying to scuttle away. And the mine drops are not stopping. even though, wait, no, actually, is that the same one? Yeah, that's the same medevac. It went back home. It picks up another 4 Widow mines, and we're going to be coming back in. have one mine here at the triangular third. We're going for another drop into the main. But we have oracles, we have phoenixes. Like, this has to pay for itself. Like, this is such a big commitment. We're staying on one base for this. We have to find damage. Oh, it looks like one mine will borrow. It'll go off. No reaction as 7 probes going down in the main. Oh, 8 in total. And the mines, they're trying to escape. Once again, they attempt to escape, but no, they will be hunted down. And was this worth it? That's the big question here. I love it. HonMonO, he was even trying to pull them into the path of this last mine here at the third. Look at these results tab. 5 winter mines for 14 probes. That's a lot of probes, but that's also a lot of mines. Not just mines, but also the CC has been delayed because of this opener, so it had to do even more damage. And oh my god, the Adepts, they shade in. Jesus. I think he was a little bit surprised that the wall wasn't a wall. Oh, as the Adepts are being forced back. We have Banshees, we have tanks, we have a little bit of everything. Just a little bit of everything here. We do have that 3 racks, 1 factory, 1 starport setup. Pretty standard stuff here from HonMonO when it comes to the follow-up, as he's trying desperately here to saturate his natural. Meanwhile, now that things are settling down, and now that the Widow Mines are being cleaned up, we have a game. You know, we're on 2 base versus 2 base. We did open up from Stargate. We're going into mass Phoenix production. This is typically for Stargate Colossus, but as we can see, there is no Colossi. We're going into Charge Ults instead. Interesting choice. With this, he's going to be able to muster up an army for the first push, but Charge is still on the way. It's not ready for this. HonMonO, he's coming on in. He goes for the scan. He sees the army. First tank does siege. Well, the Phoenixes will be able to pick up every single one, but we have too many Marines. The man with gun is too much. Stim is done. We pulled a couple of boys with this as well. We're rallying across them. This third base is not going to finish, and again, Charge is just too far gone. Phoenixes are going to be able to pick off one of those Widow Mines. Tanks are getting in range. GG gets called, and HonMonO, with this 2 base follow-up push, is able to break Lemon and take game number 1. Ooh, GG. A really chaotic start to the game. I think something that's really important to take note of is that the Widow Mine drop may not have dealt an insane amount of economic damage. It did some damage, don't get me wrong. But it also kind of disrupted the overall build, the overall plan from Lemon. It did delay the tech. It did slow him down enough. Just making sure we're all getting in, Papi. Oh boy, but yeah, it did delay the tech enough where by the time the army moved out across the map, we didn't have any charge, didn't have any upgrades for our ground army. We had a lot of Phoenixes, don't get me wrong. The Phoenix count was looking quite good, but we didn't have much else. Yeah, we were in the midst of expanding and taking our 3rd base, so yeah, we were able to cause a lot of chaos. We were able to take advantage of the chaos, and now we're getting into our next game. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, oh god, top left-hand corner of Dragon Scales, we have our Taiwanese Protoss player representing Mystery Gaming. It is Lemon. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Dragon Scales, we have as opponent, we have the South Korean Terran residing in the land of Japan representing K10. It is HonMonO. Trying to fix up the overlays once again. Oh, it's beautiful, Papi. There we go. Just making sure we know who everyone is. So we're getting into game 2. Very committed start here from HonMonO in the first game, but we'll see how he switches things up here. Again, he has a little bit of a reputation of an aggressive nature, especially against Protoss players. I don't know if I've ever seen HonMonO take a fourth against a Protoss. Very rarely have I ever seen him take a third. Two base play is kind of where HonMonO thrives. Is where he lives, where he resides. Just setting up some things here on the casting tool. Whew. But for the time being, HonMonO is going for a macro opener. Look at this. Only one gas. He's going for a Rax expand. Oh, he's trying to, as we do see Lemon being a little bit annoying here, going to be forcing a delay. But the CC is going to be thrown down, and I'm sure Lemon is very happy to see this. He's like, whew, okay, after the nonsense that was the beginning of Game 1, I can actually macro, I can actually probe, I can actually get into my own game. Lemon, he can play some StarCraft. Oh, finally. So, yeah, something we can finally look forward to. Or something he can look forward to, I should say, as we're going to be able to get our natural up and running. Again, early on, he's going to be able to get a handle on things, and we'll see if Lemon goes for another Stargate opener. I would imagine so. I would imagine that he has definitely an idea that he wanted to execute in Game 1, and he was denied it, so he's going to try and get back into it. Ooh, as HonMonO is going for something different once again. Rax expand, sure, but we're making a lot of Marines here. We're going into a 2-1-1. Oh, my mistake. We're going for a 3-1-1, a 3-Rax variant here. We have seen Cure opening up with this from time to time. Maru as well. This opener, this build has been making the rounds. This is going to be very committed. We're going to be working up into a very high bio count. It's kind of like your typical 3-Rax, except the addition of course, hitting a little bit later, but a little bit harder with medevacs, with drop play. We even have that Hellion on the way as well, just for some scouting information. Again, HonMonO, he didn't SCV scout, he didn't make a Reaper for a Reaper scout, so he needs some unit to move out across the map to get some vision. Those units are going to be the Hellions. So we do attempt to chase this down, and it looks like we will deal with the first Adept. Meanwhile, we're still making Hellions, which is a little bit odd. Interesting. There we go, we're going for our add-on swap, but only making 3 Hellions now. We're going to be working on, I imagine, tanks. Could work towards Cyclones if we really wanted to, but there we go, the first tank is on the way. Meanwhile, back at home, interesting, no Stargate opener. We went into a Twilight Council, we have our Robo as well, and this is also another build that has been relatively popular. It's going to be a 2-gate Blink opener into a 3rd, so a much more safer, defensive, macro-oriented opener from Lemon. Despite opening up with Blink, he's not going to be aggressive, he's not going to be looking to, be pushing into the main or into the natural or anything like that. He will have Stalkers for map control, and he should be moving out, and he should be posturing outside the natural for any kind of move out from HonMonO. But that's really all he should be doing. As we see HonMonO being really safe, he throws down a safety turret just in case it was a DT opener. Again, HonMonO sees very little. He at least confirms the 3rd Nexus, so he knows that, again, there's no 2-base all-in. He can see the probing happening as well.
More depots.
Oh, he's playing with Diva. Beautiful, Bobby, beautiful. Oh, as HonMonO is gonna be forced back, but again is aware that he shouldn't really be too concerned with anything. There shouldn't be anything coming his way. But he has the freedom to be aggressive. Meanwhile, an observer is spotted, sees everything in the main base. Oh my god, I was really worried about the friendly fire. As HonMonO does spot it, he scans and cleans up that Widow mine. Sorry, that observer. Thankfully, he unbars the mine. But we have a second observer where that came from. Blink is done. We have the opportunity to go into the main if we wanted to. It's going to be a risky move, but there we go. He goes for it. Oh, he wants that tank, but the Unsiege was in time. HonMonO is going to be able to pull it back and force back these Stalkers. Again, we don't really want to stim because we have no starports. We have no medevacs. We're pulling the boys. We're going for a 2-base all-in. I thought we were going to be waiting for the medevacs to heal up our units for that push, but no. And I'm a little bit concerned here because, you know what? Lemon, he's distracted. He's focusing so heavily here on this control, and he's trading quite well. Meanwhile, HonMonO is across the map. Oh, we don't really have too much of an army. We have a disruptor on the way. It needs to come out here. That is the way that Lemon somehow defends. Tanks do siege up. Oh, Stalkers get caught out in the middle of the map. The longer we wait, the higher chances Lemon has to defend. Here we go. The first disruptor does arrive. It is going to be scanned. HonMonO looking for another way in. Now the Stalkers are cutting off the main army from that third base. Oh. Nova goes off, but only one Nova as the tanks do focus down the disruptor, and now the Robo is under threat. Oh, we're going for the siege. Charge isn't done. We have an overcharge, but charge is seconds away from completing. Oh, the Zealots are going down. The Robo as well. No more disruptors. The overcharge is putting in a lot of work. The SCVs have all fallen, but they have done their job. Production going down as well. We still have plenty of gates in the main, but the natural is compromised. Nexus will go down. Third base still going strong. HonMonO, he's got some options. He can either try and break into the main, or he can try and take down the third. It looks like he's going for the third. Zealots are being warped in, though. It looks like Lemon is setting up for a surround. Oh, the tank's on siege. This could be the moment here for Lemon. Oh no! Oh god! HonMonO! A little bit of a misclick. He kills his own tank. Oh, this is it's not getting good. HonMonO is maybe getting a little bit nervous. He knows how close he is to ending this. Tanks do siege, but Zealots are coming in from behind. Oh, and one tank goes down. Can we get the second? It looks like we will. Not just the second, the third tank as well. We could have had 4 tanks here, Papi. We could have had 4 tanks, and HonMonO, he's running out of steam. Oof. Sure, he killed a base. He killed 15 workers, but Lemon still has a pretty comparable economy to his opponent. Boy. Stalkers are going to be moving out, and there's no third TC, Papi. No third TC. We're throwing down more Raxes. We do have some medevacs on the way. Things are going to settle down, and I do think... actually, I wonder, who's in a better position? Because HonMonO killed the Robo, right? The Robo's been rebuilt, never mind. It's like, you know, he killed some of the tech as well. Did kill the Robo. The bay is still up. He's rebuilding the Robo as we speak. The robotics facility. We're scanning, confirming that there is a third Nexus on the way. I was going to say that HonMonO could try and throw down a third TC, but I think he's going to double down on the all-in. I mean, we've got 2 more Axes. We're going to be going for a second push. This time with 1-1. Meanwhile, we do see Lemon also stabilizing. See a scan confirming the saturation, confirming the placement of the Robo as well, which I think is pretty important. And here we go, the second push. 3 tanks, Marines, Marauders, 1-1. This time with medevacs, so the Sims aren't going to be hurting HonMonO as much. We have a Robo, sorry, we have a Colossi on the way. HonMonO has to try and get on top of that. He has to try and deny that Colossus from coming out, otherwise that may just be it. Scans ahead of time. He knows what he wants. The tanks are looking to get into position. We have the overcharge. Oh, we blink on forward as well. We try to focus on the tanks. We will get one of those tanks, but we're taking a lot of tank shots to the face. Oh, can we get the Immortal? It looks like we will. And HonMonO again is running out of steam. We're down to a single tank, but the Colossus has arrived. Yo, Marauders, though, they don't care about your Colossus. Oh. It costs us 16 SCVs. We go for a scan into the natural. HonMonO, he's very all in right now. He has to end the game with what he has. He does get the Colossus just barely. Is that enough? There's a lot of Zealots, though. Is that going to be enough? HonMonO backing off, repositioning here. The Charge-Lots on their own are such a massive threat. We're going, we're going again. We're going again, Papi. We have to. Every boy is being pulled. Third time's the charm. Just keep pulling them, Papi. Just keep going. Oh. HonMonO trying desperately to end this game. If he does, he moves on to the grand finals. He's so close. We have another Colossus on the way. We have to break the Robo. We have to. We can't let it get up. We're going to be threatening the natural, and here we go. We blink on forward. One tank is going to be going down. The second tank as well. With the death of those tanks, there's no more backbone to this army. We stim on forward. We're taking down the gateway units. The Colossus is still not out. Up. Shield battery gets focused down. The Colossi is 2 seconds away. It does pop out in time. Oh my god. Is there enough to protect it? That's the question. Oh my, the Stalkers are falling left and right. There's 2 Stalkers and 1 Colossus remaining. Colossus goes down, but there's still 2 Zealots. And Lemon holds. Oh, that was so close. That was so close. If only HonMonO had gotten on top of that Colossi a little bit sooner, on top of the Robo a little bit sooner. If maybe he hadn't been caught unsieged. HonMonO still has an army. He's still not done. Lemon, he's crazy. He's pushing out across the map. So HonMonO's going to be threatening the main base. Taking down that cyber core. Taking down some of the production. He's going to be dropping into the main. Stalkers are across the map. We're going full base trade. There we go. Just picking off whatever we can. And even though the cyber core is gone, Zealots, yo, the gateways are slowly being depowered. It's going to be HonMonO's win condition. He does have Marauders back at home. He's defending. We need a little bit more urgency here, though. There we go. There we go. We recall back home. Goes for a scan. Sees the army. Gonna have to look for another angle of attack. He also sees the Stalkers, so there we go. He's gonna be reinforcing, sending everything across the map. Yo, are we gonna pull the boys again? We don't have that much left, Papi. We don't have that much left in the tank. Colossi has arrived. If only the Robo had gone down. 3rd Colossus of the game. A lot of Zealots to support. A lot of Zealots. And upon seeing that army, yeah, I don't know if we can really deal with this. The mine doesn't go off. Oh, that Colossus is sustaining quite a lot of damage here. There's no shield battery to fall back to. Here we go. The Marines, they do fall back. The Zealots get annihilated. The Colossus goes down. And HonMonO finally does it. After being all in for 15 minutes. He breaks on through. GG. Oh, he pulled the boys 3 times that game. 3 times. And HonMonO moves on to the grand finals. Wow. GG, well played. Oh my god. He's crazy, Poppy. He's crazy. Ugh. Ay, ay, ay. And with that, HonMonO, he does it. He was like, get out of my game. Just die, Poppy. Just die. And Lemon refused. He refused to give up. GG. Well played. GG, well played. Congratulations to HonMonO. He overcomes his Laoshi. He overcomes the Protoss. And with that, that is the last remaining Protoss player eliminated from the tournament. Lemon was the Protoss hope. Now we move on to the upper semifinals, where we have two very different players ready and waiting. It's going to be Miyamaika versus Azure. Oh boy. God, that was intense. That was crazy.